Hey y'all, I'm Kim. I own Keller's, and I'm really glad you're here with us today for our Fab 5, My Story class. In this one, we're going to build 10 pages. There are 5 of our perfect page kits. We've given you some extra vellum and some rings to show you how you can customize them. And all the pages you're going to see and our process in going through it, it involves a lot of questions, a lot of soul searching, maybe even a little bit of a therapy session. But it's to help us thinking and delve a little more deeply into our stories when we scrapbook. You're going to find a lot about me personally in this one if we've never met, but I'm pretty good at sharing my stories in class. I just took it a little bit deeper this time. But I hope it gives you some insight, not into my story, but into a way to better tell your story, okay? Everything you're going to see as well was filmed in a live event that we did on our Facebook page. So you're going to hear a lot of going back and forth with my friend Katie and some people giving us other ideas and asking questions. We hope you enjoy the class. We hope you like the pages when you're done with them. But more importantly, we hope it gets you thinking a little bit more about how important it is to get yourself in your scrapbooks. If you have any questions when class is over, make sure to reach out to us. Thanks for being here. All right, y'all, it is that time. Yay. Hey, I got it to come up. If you're ever wondering what I'm doing at the beginning of these, I'm messing with my iPad over here to make sure that I can try to see where I'm positioning these pages. So I got that to pull up, but y'all, it's done. Class 5, we did it. Yay. Y'all hanging with me? Or did y'all give up and go to sleep? Or give up and go get in the pool? At least I know you're pretty well trapped. I can't say that you take off and go to a movie with your family or something, because we're not allowed to do that stuff yet. Oh, alarm, time for class. Time for class. Yay, I was early again. Have we been late at all today, Katie?
I don't know. Maybe. No.
I think we've done pretty good today. I think we were late on like the make and take or something last night during the Midnight Madness crawl. All right, so class 5, otherwise known as a therapy session. We are going to work our way through this one. And then the last thing that we will come on with, we're going to show you some stuff, recap some of the sales that are going on, and then talk about some upcoming events. But any questions y'all have about anything else, that'd be a good time to do it. For this class, I'll probably be on here, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes, or not that long if nobody participates. Because this class is usually my Thursday afternoon class at CKC, and everybody gets about 20 minutes to work on each page, and we're in there about 2 hours. But while they're cutting out their pieces and working on it, I am working with them on these journaling questions, and I stuck them with some really hard questions, and we put them on your instruction sheet. And we want to talk about that while I'm showing you the pages, and what I'm going to show you obviously is my story, kind of the only story I've got to tell. I've got a couple of pages that Wendy sent, so I can maybe tell a little bit of her story. I don't know that I know where all of those pictures are from, but to show you how the pages can go together differently. But perfect pages and Fab 5 kits, and Fab 5 kits are just 5 perfect pages of the same theme. They go together really quickly. You don't need me for a lot of that instruction. But I put this class together to push myself to delve a little bit more deeply and be more willing to share and tell my story and get some of that recorded. And that's what I want y'all to do as well with some of these pages. So please participate and hang out with us a little bit. Katie, if you want to start getting...
You want to put 2 down?
This thing down? Oh, you want to put 2 down so we can
please
see where to start? Put the scary stuff down first?
Yes, please. One of my favorite pages ever.
I know you're joking.
No, I'm not. But I'm also
Miss Science Geek. Yep,
I'm also the person that scrapbooked my fetal cat dissection, so.
Yeah! Okay. I did name my pig in...
There you go.
Yeah, my freshman year biology at Presbyterian College. We won't say how many years ago that was.
No,
long time. Okay, let's not look at all the ugly stuff to start with yet, though. All right, so you've got 5 perfect pages, and on your instruction sheet, we put the original layout. Okay, plus you have the header card that came in those perfect page kits, okay? So they're in there for you as well, so you can see the layout. I didn't stray too far from it. Besides these 5 pages, you've got a set of rings and a sheet of vellum called My Story. And I have put rings on some of mine. Wendy got some of hers on her pages. I don't know if I've got any on, I do have some on one of the pages that I don't have pictures on yet. But these are the perfect addition to these pages. If you want to do these 5 layouts just straight up, like standard layouts, not add anything to it, go for it. But we want you to try to work in some of the journaling that went with the titles and the meaning behind these pages. And we think these could go on several of the different layouts wherever it fits your journaling and the story you're trying to tell. But this is a great way to show you too with the rings. You put adhesive on the back of the ring and you put them down on the 5 quotes that are on that ring quote sheet. And then you trim up to the edge. See, mine's in a little rough. When I'm trimming the edge of these things, I turn them at an angle and trim like this. And so then it doesn't line up perfectly, but you've got the wiggle room of the ring. And then you see the adhesive dabbed through there, so no adhesive shows through your vellum. And then when I go to put these down, I will dab adhesive around those edges and then add this wherever I think these are going to end up on these layouts, okay? So, in the classroom, before I handed you that ring quote, I would make you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I will not let my adhesive show through my vellum. Okay, so if you're at home, please take that oath seriously. And don't gum up your vellum having yucky adhesive showing through that's going to look wet and then turn yellow. And okay, so first page, let's talk a little bit. Since I told you I don't have a lot of technical stuff to teach you on these, okay? The original page is called One Thing I've Learned, all right? Here are the journaling questions that I put with this. What are the hardest things you have faced in life? What lessons did you learn? What blessings came from the hard times? And what would you tell someone going through the same thing? Isn't that kind of what life is supposed to be about? I mean, we're gonna have hard times. We dang sure need to learn something from it. We also always need to look for the blessings and the good things that come out of it. And then we need to let somebody else know, if I made it through, you can make it through. So when I went to do these pages, those questions I had already written, and absolutely the hardest thing I ever went through was my brain surgery. And so here it is. That's Big Billy. That's what Keller named my tumor, and it made it much easier for us to go through it. I was at one of our crops in Thomasville, as a matter of fact. Oh, and I just choked up for just a minute. I was about to say, somebody watched me fall into a wall. That somebody was Katie. It was Katie. I felt like somebody first threw black tar on my left eye and then clubbed me in the back of my head. And I hit a wall, and the next thing I remember is Katie had a chair under me and went, "What was that?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure, but don't tell anybody. We got a crop to run and work to do.
Let's go in the kitchen."
Yeah. So it's kind of splotchy the rest of that evening. I think it ended.
There was a nurse on hand. And
there were a couple of nurses. Yeah. And I could not seem to instruct people correctly on making banana pudding that I had made a million times. So the next thing I know, I'm at the hospital. I think Lisa Brooks was in charge of that part of it. And we just tried not to tell anybody what was going on. It was a Saturday in the fall. There was college football the whole next day. And if y'all know anything about me, you know I love college football probably more than I love Keller. And Keller doesn't watch my videos, so he won't know that I said that. And actually, he would probably say the same thing about me, so it's okay. But I think that's when we all knew, including me, how serious it was. Because if you know anything about Georgia football, that was the day they played Tennessee. And we lost the game with 2 minutes left, and then we won the game with a minute and a half left. and then we lost the game with 51 seconds left, and then we won the game with 10 seconds left, and then we lost with 4 seconds left. And everybody is coming to me and going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that game. I'm so sorry. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Okay, that's when I knew something's up. All right, a few days later, I made it back to Charleston. Had called my brother, who I think was still in nursing school at the time, and or maybe had just graduated, and we knew something was wrong. I got in front of a neurologist here, which turned into a team of 9, and it took them 2 months of testing all the time to determine that Big Billy was not presenting symptoms as he should. But during those 2 months, which were the hardest ever, y'all, they were also the best. If you want to find out how people really care about you, get a brain tumor. If you want really good things to happen and everybody to be like, I love you, and your mom, who's sometimes I'm not always her favorite person, if you want to be your mom's favorite person when you're usually not, get a brain tumor. You want your kid to come around a lot, get a brain tumor. It's crazy good. And it led to the biggest changes we have ever made in our business. So I would not be here today had I not had Big Billy. Okay? So that's what I wanted to scrap with. Only hard things bring good joy, or bring joy. Totally true. So, pre-surgery, learning to walk again. What you can't see in this is I'm strapped to that lady while I learn to walk again. That's about a week out. We got a couple of nasty emails because I was pretty transparent on Facebook and with my customers, because y'all are like family to me, as to what was going on. And I got an email from somebody that said, did you really have a brain tumor? Did you really have surgery? So they thought I wore a hat for 6 months for fun, but there you go. I have a 7-inch zipper across the top of my head, which is why I wear my glasses like a headband a lot now, because my hair will split down that line. Okay, I also got emails that said, well, at least you had surgery the easy way. They did it through your sinuses in your nose. Okay, I've had sinus surgery too. Not my idea of fun.
Not easy.
But certainly easier than this. So there's your proof. If that grosses you out, I'm sorry, but I dang sure had to scrapbook it. And I took a picture every week for 6 weeks to have, so I could see the healing, because it was in a spot on my head you couldn't see. Now, I will tell you, Katie is also the only person since this happened 3 years ago that has ever said, can I feel your scar?
Yeah.
You want to tell them why?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Y'all know she's a science teacher who teaches people to teach science.
I mean, I guess I can. It's just, I don't know, it made it more real. It made it less scary that it was there and it was done, and it, I don't know, I felt like it had started and I wanted to know it had ended.
Yes, thank you. I have all of those feelings too. She's never actually said that out loud to me. I've never asked her why. This was just recently. She was like, can I feel your scar?
Yeah.
So, every day, well, let me just say, the first Chinese food I ate about 6 weeks after this, I still have it somewhere. I need to find it and add it to this layout. My fortune cookie said, turn your scars into stars. And ever since then, I know why God gives us scars. It's so we don't forget. If you're a believer and you're a believer in the crucifixion in Jesus, you know we preach about his scars. We believe in his scars and the power of what they show. Well, every single day that I wash my hair, I feel that scar, and I'm reminded just how blessed I am to be here. And y'all, I ended this picture here. This was Christmas Eve, a couple of weeks after this. I recovered at my brother's house because I obviously couldn't be alone for a while. They all gave me cute little scully caps to wear. So, of course, our Georgia one, Mom gave us all matching Georgia pajamas. But that was the best Christmas we have ever had. Hardest thing ever, the most joyful day of my life. That's how they work together, and that's the stuff you should look for. You should celebrate your scars. You should be brave enough to show the pictures and tell the story, and you should be brave enough for when a friend loves you enough to want to actually feel your scars, to let them do it. And so in the future, if anybody says, "Can I feel your scar?" I'm probably going to say no. But maybe if I meet you out in a bar somewhere, I can do a bar trick. I can have a golf ball sit in the hole in my head. Okay.
And where would you journal on this?
Where would I journal on this? I'm going to add some journaling tags in here. These were in the kit to be decorative, and I'm going to add some in here. I've left a big pocket there. I had thought about when I put this page together originally, if I wanted to tuck these tags under this, but it was too much navy for me. So these may end up, I'm not sure. I've left space to tuck a lot of places, you know, and I added the red bling to them. So these may end up being decorative here. Maybe I can't get that all the way down there. They may end up being decorative right here, but this is where my main journaling is going to be.
Nice.
But I put those there because that's kind of how, oh, I guess it's not. They had it under the horizontal. This is supposed to be one horizontal picture, and I went with the two verticals. All right, so everybody out there, if you're brave to share, tell us what the hardest thing you went through. Tell us maybe a lesson you learned from it. Tell us the joy that came from it.
Dawn says a heart attack will do the same thing, and Jennifer says cancer as well. So it seems like there's a wide variety of things that can make everybody.
There is.
Tell you.
And this one story ties pretty close to both of those.
Yeah.
The happiest day of my life past this was 2 weeks later when they told me it was benign, and not just benign, but the kind that I didn't have radiation on. The kind of tumor I had is one that like 60% of people have to have long-term radiation to keep from coming back, and I was very blessed. I will tell you now another blessing that I didn't know until 6 months out. I regained all my eyesight the night that I felt like somebody clubbed me in the head. I lost 80% of my sight in my left eye for almost 6 weeks. It started coming back pre-surgery, and 30 days out of surgery, I had 95% of my sight back. And I found out that I am like 10% of this type of tumor. So I am so blessed that I get to keep doing what I'm doing. Wendy can vouch for this. I woke up in the hospital 48 hours later when I was allowed to have visitors, and I made her bring work to me. We sat up in the hospital bed and designed a 12-page kit that needed to go out, and I remember that day so well because I felt like a spider web had been pulled off of my brain, and I could see colors and I could see pages and products and all again. So it literally has led to all of this. Dawn, heart attack. Y'all know, 2 weeks into this quarantine, been there, done that too. So, you're right. If you have something that scares the bejeebies out of you, like you might not be here, I will say one more thing about this, and then we're going to move on to these other ones. The 2 months of all the testing was the most peaceful time in my life. So, whatever it is that you turn to for faith to get you through, for me it's Jesus, and I never understood the verses about peace that surpasses understanding, but it is real, and it was that way for me. I need to keep these pages out so that I can see them during times like this. I'm feeling it right now. It's a little stressful with the business situation right now with the way things are, and I need to get that peace back. But everything's going to be okay. And sharing my story, Dawn sharing, who'd you say, Jennifer mentioned cancer? All of us are survivors of different things, and we all have crap in different ways in our lives, and every one of us is going to have hard things. Sometimes hard things every day of our life. We've got to find that peace, and we've got to tell the story to let everybody else know you can make it.
Yeah, I think people are just really thankful for this layout because it's giving them an opportunity to scrapbook something they may not have ever scrapbooked before.
Right.
You know, they're sharing lots of stories.
Awesome. I can't wait to read it all. Y'all, I am going to do this page again as well, and the reason I picked the colors of navy and gray when I did it is I wanted to make it kind of masculine. I've got pictures of Papa's last few days with us that are going on this as well. And some of the hardest days that you walk through will end up being the days that you cherish the most. And losing him was certainly hard, but those last few days with him, blessings galore.
And I think it's the kind of page you could even do if you don't have a lot of pictures. Like, there's events
Absolutely.
where you don't have time to take the pictures, or you don't want to document it at the time, but it's the kind of layout that you could still do even without that many pictures.
Absolutely. This big one on that first page, like you could do away with those little pictures, and even if you had 2 photos, you could put here, and this could all be journaling on top of that one right there. There's so many things you can do. And if what we're going through now in the world is the hardest thing you've ever been through, and you don't have a lot of pictures or want pictures of yourself in it, there's so much you can pull. You can pull from the internet and pull from different things to document what's going on, okay? Fab 5 kits were made to not be separated, to always be 5 kits that are themed together. If that ever changes and we break one out, it will be this one page, because I think we all could use it several different times in our life. All right, let's set Big Billy aside. He's gone. Katie can tell you he's gone. She felt it. All right, Katie, can they see this one in there?
They can, yes, but I think
Awesome.
you have it flipped.
Huh?
I think you have it flipped. Did you want it that way?
Nope, you're right.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm upside down. It's very
It's hard.
to get what things connect.
No, the only reason I know is because I liked the currently up here so
Right.
much more than I liked it where it was in the actual
Right.
perfect page.
Okay, so again, you've got this picture of the original plus the 6x6 card. So, my life's view. If you just heard that and didn't look at my layout, that could be your life's view on politics, on religion, on family dynamics. It could be your life's view this week if you're at the beach somewhere. Like, you can use that title for a million different ways to go with this. Well, for me, it was of my tiny house. If you have been around long, before, during, and after Big Billy, for 17 months and 5 days, Keller and I did not have a place to call home. And it was quite a struggle to pull this off, to build this tiny house out in the woods. Again, Katie, you've been there.
I have.
I love my tiny house. So I did my life's view a few months ago with pictures at home. I have since added the deck that's not on this picture. I've got a couple of more things to do inside. So inside that we won't need a painter's ladder. There it is, see the painter's ladder? For Keller to get up into the loft or whatever. But there you go, that's inside my tiny house. And it's all little Georgia Bulldog stuff. On this particular day was the first morning that I cooked breakfast for Keller. He was asleep up in that loft that's up there. I sleep on a day bed that serves as my couch by day. I have a full-size kitchen. There's my bed. Behind the barn door is a laundry room and then a full-size bathroom. So my life's view, and there's going to be a lot of little details of some of the dates of some of these things. And I'll have other pages that go with this, like when the house was delivered. But what I want you thinking about with my life's view, some of these questions that I put on here, is what does life look like right now? And is it how you thought it would be? If you told me at the age of 51, I would live in 400 square feet on 3 acres of woods, 20 miles out of town alone? Nope. I would have bet any amount of money I could put my hands on and feel like it was a sure bet. Okay? Is it better than I thought? Yes. I am happier and more at peace in this simplified life, in this little place of refuge that God has given me, post Big Billy, post big debt, post trying to keep up with what the world says we should be, and all the surgeries on my legs. As long as I can get up those steps to get inside, y'all want to know how much easier it is to take care of 400 square feet than it is 2,000 or 3,000 like our last house? It's amazing. All right? Would you change anything, and what are you most grateful for? All of the answers to the questions I gave you here are in this layout for me, and I will do some more journaling. I will be tucking more things under here than just these little tags. Okay, these are probably actually going to come out for me and have some dates on them and be stuck on some of the photos, so I can do more journaling here. Katie, your thoughts, if you do, because you haven't done this set yet, right?
I haven't, no.
What do you think you're gonna do on My Life to You? Would it be your new gorgeous house where you are, or?
No, I was thinking of doing it at my job.
Oh.
Like my office and my classroom and the parking lot, and just, now that I've been there for 10 years, it's become a part of my life, right?
Right.
And so I'm thinking of doing it as that part of my life, which I haven't really scrapbooked at all or documented for Amita.
I think you need to, like for her, but for you as well, to really celebrate some of your accomplishments and what you do. I mean, Katie's super young, y'all, but she's Dr. Katie Burkich. She teaches and affects and influences generations to come with the people that she's training to teach our kids.
Yeah, so I thought I could have some pictures of my students doing activities, and just so that later in life I've documented what my day-to-day life looks like, which is working at a university and working with students.
Some of the other questions here.
Yeah.
Is what you thought? Is that where you thought you would be?
I definitely didn't think I would be in Statesboro, Georgia, right? And I definitely didn't think that, I just thought I wanted to teach. And when I realized I wanted to teach teachers, that added 4 more years and another degree, and it's different than what I imagined. But
is it better?
I think there's a lot more faith involved. I have to have faith that the teachers I'm teaching are going to go out and make a difference with kids and families, as opposed to before, where I got to just see the difference that I made. But on a scale, I'm able to affect a larger influence than if I would have stayed at the classroom level.
Absolutely. What are you most grateful for?
Right now I'm very thankful that I have a job that I can do from home.
Oh, yeah.
I can do meetings in my pajamas right now, which I'm also really thankful for.
You did a meeting from here when you got here Thursday night?
I did. And so...
technology.
I can teach from a distance and still make a difference.
All right. I hope y'all will delve into some of these questions. We would love if you share it. And I think you're getting a little taste what we were talking about, that this is kind of a little bit of a therapy session. Y'all may be finding more out about me than you ever wanted to know. But these are the things. It's not just... Scrapbooking should not just be pictures at every birthday party and Christmas morning and every time you get a new puppy. It needs to be all of the stuff. It needs to be a journey. And for me now, it needs to be more of this for the life that Keller doesn't see that I lead on a day-to-day basis. I need to get the details in there. And I especially need to get the details in there about the lessons I've learned. Because when I'm gone, and Big Billy brought that to a forefront. A couple of days after I fell into the wall in Thomasville, Georgia, and I ended up alone in a hospital room in Charleston. And they said, we found something on your scan. I had 3 thoughts that were just like that. Thought 1 was, I don't want to die. And I don't mean that from a position of, why me, Lord? Not me, don't let me die. It was more, God, I'm sorry for all the complaints I've had about my legs hurting when I would go to bed at night and go, just let me go to sleep and let it be over. I immediately realized, nope, I don't want to die. I was just kidding. My second thought was, how am I going to tell Keller? And my third thought was, I'm not caught up on my scrapbooks. And yeah, I don't mean that from a funny standpoint. It was, oh my God, if I don't get these stories told, who's going to tell them? So get them recorded. Alrighty. Page 3. Tell me if they can see this one in there, Katie. My favorite places. And y'all, this is a super fun, easy layout to do, but I think everybody needs to do it. So I need to come up. Yep. Are people still hanging with us?
They are, yeah. They're sharing stories. All
right, favorite places. This is a fun one to do. And so they kind of changed after Big Billy, mainly because my friend who lives in England got in touch with my mom while I was sick and said, Kim's been promising me for 12 years she will come over here. If she survives this, will you put her on a plane? And so when I did survive it, Mom said she would buy me a plane ticket to see Renee. And I went, I don't know if I want to travel that far by myself. And of course my brother went, I'll go! So David and I went for 12 days and got to go to London and Paris. And this was us on our honeymoon package that we got to do at the Eiffel Tower. Very romantic. The theme of my trip was hashtag he's not my husband. I love the beach. So here's me when we lived on Siesta Key when I was little. I moved to Charleston so I could be near a beach but still be close enough to family and an airport to get to y'all. So when we went to England, I had to see the coast. So that picture is on the beach in England. Here's the cottage, which is definitely one of my new favorite places, and I want y'all to hang out here. I mentioned Waco and Chip and JoJo earlier. This was one of my 6 or 7 trips that I have been there, and I'm telling you, it's like Holy Land, going to the Holy Land for me. I sit and pray over my business and get inspired by what they've done just by following their passion, and it does the same for me, and I hope to get to go back soon. I would have been there this week had I been in CKC Houston with y'all. So here's the day I moved into the tiny house. Look how little Murphy was.
Murphy.
And then this is the coastal metropolis. This is a view from inside David's house, and it's all bright white light right there, but that's really the waterway where he lives in Savannah, and that's where I've recovered from 3 of my major surgeries, including Big Billy. So, those are my favorite places. I hope y'all can have as meaningful, I know you can, things to look on. I've got a journal here, but I've added some tags that I've stuck in the photo here so I can write about each of these. This is a layout that could definitely be built on ugly paper. I pretty much followed exactly how it looked, but you can mix it up a lot. So, have you ever thought of doing one tying in all of your favorite places? I've got other layouts with Siesta Key. I've got a picture of me sitting on the beach at several different stages of my life. Then in high school, going back with Keller, and even more recently since he's been grown. But this isn't about one place, it's about all of the places and the different parts of our lives that they represent. Anybody sharing any of their favorite places? Somebody say the cottage. Somebody that's been
Everybody is talking about coming to the cottage, it being a bucket list item. People really like how these layouts are making them dig deep and think about themselves and answer questions that they haven't really documented any before. And they like the idea of using its photographs as journaling.
Absolutely. To me, that's the easiest.
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to the photos, and words are hard. Now, this was the beginning of the process when I planned this class just a little over a year ago. Then Page a Day in May this past year, and that storylines and snapshot set got me digging deeper and working on that in May. Y'all, I've gone from not wanting to write to I'm working on writing a book. All right, all I'm going to say about that. All right, so the questions that I put on here. Where's your most favorite place in the world? Siesta Key. I loved it so much. My last dog before Murphy, her name was Siesta. What makes it so special? Too much to name, I won't go into it. Make a list of your top 5 and the memories of each place, and then make a bucket list of the next 5. I'm glad the cottage is on some of yours. I hope it is. Bucket list for me, COVID is interfering with just a little bit because it was going to start in September. I want to go to all away stadiums and watch Georgia play in the SEC. So Bama, Missouri, those were the 2 I was going to go to this year. Texas A&M. I've been to a lot of these stadiums, but I want to see Georgia play in them. It was going to take 7 years. Now with COVID, I don't know how long it's going to take.
It'll take a little bit longer.
So I might have to live to be 192, but I'm going to get it done. So I could kind of roll all my bucket list things. Also on my bucket list is Hawaii. Everybody kind of has it on their bucket list, but I want to go because that's where my dad's from. And Pearl Harbor played a really big role in the lives of my dad and his dad. So I want to go there. What places are on your bucket list?
I want
want to take Kim to Disney because I want to show you all the stuff you probably don't know is there.
Okay.
And it's one of my favorite places.
I have legs now that can go.
Yes, and then I want to bring Amita to Europe because I have been there.
Oh.
But I think it would just, I really think she would thrive
Absolutely.
in some of those spaces where they're a little, I don't know, more tolerant of people that are very different.
And it's not as crowded.
Yeah.
And so I've only had 12 days there.
Yeah.
But my friend Renee has since moved from Ipswich in England to Spain. I should post this someday on our business page. I will do it. When we all get to travel again, I will do it. She and her fella have moved to Cantabria? Mm-hmm. Okay. Spain, and have opened an Airbnb.
Cool.
They have redone, it's kind of like a Spanish Stylos.
Yeah.
Anyways, definitely on my bucket list. Y'all.
Plus, it seems a shame to be married to somebody who speaks French and never go somewhere where they speak French.
Right.
Like, I might as well utilize that.
But it would be more fun to go where they speak French with me and David.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
I agree.
it is. So the translator on our iPhone,
Yeah.
and I took, do you know this? I minored in foreign language. And I had 7 years of Spanish, 3 years of French, 2 years of Latin, and a year of Portuguese. And I pretty much could only say bonjour and where's the bathroom while I was over there. Okay, but y'all, places are important. Places are important. And so that's why it needed to be in our story. All right, so now we're getting to two that I haven't finished yet. This one, I changed the layout of a little bit, and this is where I've added some of my vellum. I want to live fearlessly, and I am strong, brave, and blessed. Beyond words, totally. I'm gonna have more Big Billy stuff on here, so I'm working on it. I added a couple of tags, but this shows one way you could use your rings and all. This is, the name of this layout is What the World Should Know. What makes you you? What roles do you fulfill each day? What dreams do you still carry inside? And what are the 3 things most people don't know about you? So, I made it serious, gonna make it about Big Billy. But let me tell you 3 funny things. I don't even know if I'll tell you 3. Do y'all wanna hear a couple funny things most people don't know? You might be able to win a door prize if I'm ever back at a convention and see if y'all know. So, guess what the name of my sister is? Kim. So I have 2 sisters, and I have a sister, Rhonda, and then Rhonda is the one that gets to say, here's my sister Kim and my other sister Kim. Okay, another funny fact most people don't know, I totaled my mother's car when I was 9 years old. She let me drive, she was in it with me, so yes, she knows I totaled her car. Keller reminds me of that. If he has come even close to messing up a vehicle, he reminds me, Mom, I cannot beat your story of 9. And then, what's something else? A lot of y'all don't know that I don't like sweet tea. Keller says I don't drink sweet tea or eat mayonnaise. I'm not really from the South. Katie, give us one bit of something.
I'm scared of strawberries.
I knew that.
Yeah.
We talk about that in depth a lot. She's scared of a lot of foods, and strawberries are at the top of the list.
No, but like strawberries, like I have nightmares about them. Like they chase me. Like I truly have a fear of them. The way like people are with like, I don't want a bug in my food, that's the way I am with a strawberry. Like, why are the seeds on the outside? It's like an abomination of nature that I don't want near me.
You're also scared of snow, right?
I just think I'm gonna die in snow, yes.
Okay.
That's my...
I'm gonna die on a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, we need to record
We're
these
all
things.
special people.
We are. Okay, last one, and then I've got some more pages to show you. I didn't mean to skip through that last one faster. I'm gonna show you some of Wendy's with pictures on them. But this one, I kind of laid out and took pictures here. This is the original this time in the kit. And I put some of my pictures here, but I still can't make decisions. I have so many favorite faces from work, but I have so many favorite faces because of Murphy and the puppies that she had. I mean, if y'all got to come to the cottage when there were puppies, oh my goodness. But then, probably my 2 favorite faces ever. I think this was the last time Keller went to see Guinea at the Alzheimer's unit. When we left, he said, I don't want to see her like that anymore. For 2 years, the only words that were understandable that she said were when Keller appeared. She couldn't speak, but if she saw him, it was my baby, my baby, my baby. And I think that's what she was saying while she was patting his head there. So these are absolutely favorite faces. Oh, there's more puppies. Lex and Alice, two of my favorites now. I've got more family pictures. I just can't decide.
This is why I couldn't do this page, is I couldn't decide if I wanted a bunch of Amita's face or if I wanted a bunch of all the other faces I love.
I had that thought too, because I've done other layouts of Keller's face.
I see you have some.
Right. But yeah, it wouldn't go with this.
Yeah.
The black and pink, I don't think I could pull in. But these are the ones I did the rings for with these. So happy to have you in my life. And you make my heart smile. I'm thankful for you. So I'm probably not going to do the pups on here. I will probably make it happen with some of these others. I just haven't figured it out yet. So I'm going to show you a couple of Wendy's, but I want you to think about layouts like this in favorite faces. It's okay for them not to just be your kids. It's okay for it not to be people that are just blood related to you, like Lex and Alice. They are family, okay? But it doesn't show that in our genealogy. It's okay that they're not all people. And it's okay that nobody understands how they would tie together. And I think this is the kind of page you could do every decade, you know? So don't forget to go back and revisit some of these and update them. Let me show y'all a couple of Wendy's, because she did a great job on these. And she got favorite faces done, so it was pretty easy. She just did her core here. She's got her sweet husband, Jeremy, and she's got her daughters, Caitlin and Chelsea, and then, help me, Hemi and Hickory. Whew, I forgot for a minute, Wendy, if you're watching, okay? So her dog's at home, and then she's got Domino over here, and Daisy they just recently lost. So cute, and you make my heart smile. She did add the vellum. Perfect. She got my favorite places done as well. But y'all, I can't tell you what they are. Read that. I'm not upside down.
On trips with my husband's kids, family, and friends, Disney World, any beach, or lake. Washington, D.C. and NYC are two of my favorite short visit places. My most favorite place is at home with those I hold dearest to me.
See, I love the approach that Wendy did. So she summed it up. She could tell you, I'm sure that one's in D.C., because I think that was like during Cherry Blossom or something, maybe. Or no, that's in Oklahoma, because that was 4th of July, and her cute nephew's there. See, yeah, I don't know where they all are. I know that's Disney, but a beach or a lake anywhere pretty much sums it up. Cute layout though, right? Another slant you could do on this. All right, so my Big Billy page, she was able, maybe we reversed hers. I don't remember. Which way did yours go? But this is her daughter, Chelsea, who has had some health scares as well. And there was not a day that went by during Big Billy that I didn't thank God that it was me and not Keller. But her daughter certainly defines living fearlessly. And this is Chelsea now and how healthy she is from just a few years ago when she was so sick. So I love that she did this one about her daughter. And one of the things she's learned is that hard things do bring joy. All right, and what the world should know about me, Paige?
I love how she wrote on the pictures.
She did every role in her life that she plays. Awesome. Read that one too.
My wishes are for my family to love and be loved, my friends to love and be loved, to spend time with them doing all the things we love.
Isn't that awesome? And so then she put on here all the different roles that she plays.
Twin.
She's a twin. Her husband's a twin as well. Okay, wife. Family, friends.
Love to be outdoors. Avid reader.
I'm glad you can read. I can't read.
Lover of dogs and mom.
Isn't that awesome? So I hope this shows you a couple of different ways that y'all can put these pages together. I hope you also see the value of Fab 5 kits. And rings and vellum can go on anything.
That's right.
All right. Fab 5. We only sell at conventions.
Oh, it's a new one.
Yes. And we only sell for this class. So, we have a brand new one that we got done for this weekend. It's called Home. I think you're absolutely gonna love it. The perfect pages are $10 each. When you buy a Fab 5, you're paying for 4, and you're getting a 5th one for free. And here's your special this weekend, okay? This is for everybody from Midnight Madness. Even if you didn't order classes or whatever, you're allowed to do this. When you go online and shop and buy any of the Fab 5s, in the comment section at checkout, put free rings. And for every Fab 5 set you buy, we are not going to put 1, but 2 sets of rings for free that you can add to these layouts, okay? So the newest one is Home. Girly Girl. Holidays, which has a Thanksgiving, a Halloween, and then 3 for Christmas. Boy, oh boy, my favorite ever. Look at these colors. Oh my gosh, I love your boy's charm. This is probably our best seller, our magical one, because we got that Star Wars stuff in there, Goofy, the mouse, the parade, and the castle. And this is our second best seller, Summer. So pretty. All right, so all the Fab 5s, so there's 6 now to choose from. The My Story one, we're not selling separately. It's just for this class. So you're lucky if you bought this class kit. Any questions we need to answer about any of the classes?
I don't think so. I think we just need to get off to give us a few minutes so we can come back on.
All right, so we will be back with a wrap-up. Door prize winners, we got to finalize that list. And then just give you a couple
Friday
of
Night
reminders.
Challenge winners.
Are we posting that already?
I thought
They have
so.
until 11 tonight.
Oh, just kidding, not then.
Yeah. So I'm going to post those tomorrow.
Did you want to talk club as well when we get back?
We're going to show a couple of previews for club, talk about a couple of the things coming up. But we did it! 5 classes!
Yay!
5 classes. I want to see what y'all make with the 5 layouts from this class, and I hope you do them from a little different take after listening to us talk about it a little bit than you would have had you just bought that as a page kit at home on your own. All right? See you in a few.